All right, we're filming.
Oh, boy.
We're gonna go for the gusto, busto. I'm here. I'm here, and I'm shirtless.
Are we going balls deep now?
We're going balls deep.
All right.
We're going in with balls.
All right.
Hold on, let me get my long ass legs sort of hung out there, and relax a little bit, and then I'll do the 3, 2, 1.
I am Sally Sexy,
I'm Mitch Gigundo,
and this is
the Crazy Camming Couple Podcast.
with special guest star Lily the Barking Bean. Oh my God, I'm afraid to even talk because we won't even know what's going to happen until the end of this.
We won't know what happens until the end of the podcast.
Yeah. So, let's get into microphone
madness.
microphone dilemmas. The smashing of the microphones.
Yes, last week when we were before we started doing the podcast,
oh boy,
I I checked to make sure the microphones are working. So I have this brand new set of microphones I got after we got the other ones got wet.
Yeah.
Screwed one of them up.
And those things worked fine until they got wet.
Yeah, they still work. They don't charge properly because one of them got the case wet that charges them.
Yeah.
So I got this new set of microphones. Well, actually, I got this set of microphones, and I plug them into our little iPhone. I put the adapter in, and I check the sound real quick, make sure everything sounds good. It's just massive static. I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? So I reboot the phone, I pull the thing out, I pull it back in, I restart the microphones, still static. I'm losing my fucking mind.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, I'm still not feeling well.
Yeah.
I was still not feeling well that day.
No, he's been sick all week.
And I got pissed, man. I yanked the friggin' adapter out of the microphone, threw it on the ground, busted it. And I was like, fuck this, we're not doing this tonight. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get my head into it. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I ordered new microphones, which are what we're using right now. These new little lapel microphones or little wind.
And I love them because they look like teeny little, like I could like hold one up to you like a little reporter.
And I do think I figured out what the issue is. That I use Filmic Legacy to film all this stuff and do the podcast. The people that listen to it audio only, we actually film it, so I don't have a microphone in front of me. We're live on camera. And it's on YouTube.
We do have a YouTube channel, so check us out there if you want to see what we look like. If you don't know,
the sexy you're gonna look like. All I see is our boobs and our booty.
Mm-hmm.
But so I ripped the audio from the audio video. So I got these new microphones, and I checked it real quick before I turned them on. We got them last week. I was like, make sure these things are gonna work right. And I turned one on, plugged it in. It works. Sounds good. All right, we're good to go. These are gonna work fine. And then I plug them in this afternoon, and I put the whole thing together. I turned hers on and mine on. Static again.
Oh yeah.
I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
So before the podcast, which you're listening to now, I just spent probably 15, 20 minutes trying to figure out why I'm still getting static. So I think what I figured out is the gain settings would adjust the levels, the maximum levels that you're allowed in when you're recording audio in Filmic. I manually adjusted those, and apparently when you do that, it screws something up in there. And so I reset the setting. I did a reset in Filmic, so everything to its basic stuff. Try it again, worked fine. I was like, oh, sounds good. And I was like, well, hold on, let me try something here. I pulled the gain down, and then I did a real quick clip again, and it was static again. So I think I solved why it does that. So we should be good from now on.
I hope so. I don't know if I can handle any more of these throwing of the microphones.
Oh, the microphones pissed me off so much. Oh, such a bummer. So we're hopefully when we get this done.
It gets very intense. Like very don't even talk. Kind of intense.
Should I pause it right now and check to make sure that we've got good audio?
Can we do that?
Well, yeah. If I get up, I'll stop. I'll pause it. I'll stop it. We'll check it, and if it's working good, we'll jump right back in, and we'll tell you right out. Yes, we just checked it, and the audio is good. All right,
we could do that. Yeah, I don't want to go a full hour and realize that we fucked up again.
All right, so we're gonna check the audio right now.
You know,
it works, so we're good.
We're good. So everything seems okay so far.
Yes. Yikes. We're back.
Oh boy. Oh, jeepers. Man, I was sweating it there for a moment.
Oh my goodness.
So we had a very interesting thing happen this week. We have a pond, as you all know.
Yes,
or you may not know.
If you watch our YouTube channel, you'll know.
Yeah.
So the beginning.
Yeah. So we cleaned it last week, and the temperatures warmed up a little bit. We're kind of steady in the 50s now, and our bullfrog came out.
Yes, you got pictures of the bullfrog, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you'll be able to see our muddy bullfrog. He looked pretty. He's very black.
He was hibernating all winter long.
Mm-hmm. Yep, but he's doing all right. Our bullfrog is alive and well, and monstrously huge. And well, it was good to see him this year, because he's the only one we got. We used to have a bunch at our other pond, but he's our one and only. Maybe we'll be able to get a couple more this year.
Now, do you think that one just wound up there, or do you think that it was one of the ones you put in there?
I put tadpoles in there. He's the lone survivor.
You think he's the survivor?
Yeah. No, because he came out when he started. He was little, like when he came out of the water, so he slowly grew. So he was a tadpole that we grew.
Tadpole to bullfrog.
Tadpole to bullfrog. If we had more plants in the pond, like we used to have lily pads and stuff, we would have a better time growing tadpoles. But I'm going to try and fix that this year, because that would also help with the algae issue we had last year. But I think we're going to be a little bit better this year.
Okay.
We got a little bit of a better bio load going on. But they did cut that tree back, so it's going to get slammed with light again this year.
Yeah, the light causes a lot of problems, right? With the
yeah, if we had lily pads covering the water, it would prevent a lot of that from happening. So we're lily padding this year, baby.
Whatever that means.
That means you lick toads.
Licking toads gets you stoned, right?
Lily padding.
That's a thing, right? Isn't that real? Like, is some toad
yeah,
there's
cane toads that have like a hallucinogenic in them. I'm looking at my notes. Oh, and then there's the saga of Galactus.
Galactus? Oh, you're moving Galactus.
Yeah.
Galactus moves all the time.
Yeah, you'll get updates on Galactus, on what he's doing, who he's doing it with, and where he's doing.
Naughty Galactus.
Yeah.
Naughty Galactus was always with the thumbs up.
He's like Buddy Galactus, right?
Where's Galactus this week?
So, where's your papers?
Oh yeah, right. Poor Lily. Yeah. Never gets any respect. She's a Rodney Dangerfield of Chihuahuas.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, though, we've never. And Lily's 9.
9.
And out of 9 years, there have only been 2 incidences of situations where we have taken Lily with us, and people were dicks to her, basically.
Was that the Walgreens down?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have a dog in here, and you're like, you're new here, aren't you?
Yeah, she's a whole 5 pounds. She sits in a sack. You don't even know she's there. She doesn't make a peep. She doesn't make a noise. Most people don't know she's there. And we take her with us everywhere, just enrichment, just to get her out of the house and be around. So, long time ago, when we lived at our other house, we used to take her. We used to walk up to Walgreens to get snacks, and we always brought her with us because it was a good walk, and never had issue. Did it for years, and then the Walgreens got a young new manager, and we walked in there the one day, and he's like, "You can't have a dog in here," and I'm like, I mean, after probably the 900th time we brought her in there. Yeah,
we're in there all the time with her.
And I'm like, what? He's like, you can't have dogs in here. I said, you're new, aren't you? I said, because she's been in here almost every other day for years. And so that was the last time we went to the Walgreens, because if we walked over to the CVS
across the street,
the manager over there would literally roll out the red carpet for her. It was the craziest thing. He loved her. Never had a problem bringing her into the CVS. Never had a problem bringing her anywhere. Food shopping, clothes shopping. Everybody loves her.
Yeah, because she's so quiet. She just sits in a sack. Like you could like stick your hand in there. She won't bite you. She won't. She won't growl.
No.
She doesn't do anything.
No, it's a little messenger bag that straps across me, and all you see is a little head. Does not make a noise
Yeah.
ever. And like I said, most people don't even notice she's there. So the other day I took her out with me, and we went to the UPS store to fly off my Cologuard because health, and I'm older now.
Healthy booties.
Healthy booties can booty it way longer.
Ah.
And went to the UPS store. Everybody loved her. Went to ShopRite after that. Meandered through ShopRite for a good half an hour, and I can't even tell you how many people in there wanted to pet her. And left there, and then went to a local health food store.
We should start a sitcom called Everybody Loves Lily.
Everybody Loves Lily, and which we have brought her in there.
Yeah.
You've seen me do it.
Yeah, I brought her into the store before. People have been like, oh, hey, he has a little doggy, blah, blah, blah.
And I've seen other people carry dogs way bigger than her in there. In fact, it was like a week before that I saw a man in there with, like, it looked like a Cairn Terrier, like a scruffy dog. And then I also saw a woman in there with a little Yorkie the one day. Anyway, so I go in there, and I'm buying Gigundo's root beer, his organic Virgil's
root beer.
Yeah, baby.
Shout out to Virgil's, very good root beer.
Yeah.
Hot tub root
and
beer.
So I'm literally like on my knees trying, because it's on the bottom shelf, and I'm on my knees pulling it out, and a girl sees me, and she's like, oh, look at the cute little dog. And she comes over, oh, let me help you with it. I'm like, no, I'm fine, I got it. And there's a man there. He's an older gentleman.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Who previously, because there was a storm that rolled through, like it was like a year prior, and their computer system went down on their credit card.
Yeah, the credit card machine.
Yeah. So the only way they were accepting payment was cash or check.
Yep.
I had no cash, but I had checks. And I said, all right, no big deal. I'll write you a check. And he kept questioning me if the check was good. Now, mind you, I am in there every week.
Every Friday, she's in there the same freaking time.
Every week.
Getting a few, probably about $40 to $50 worth of items.
When I was buying things, it was good $100 a week.
So, like, she's in there every week. It's like, dude. Like, first of all, no, I don't bounce fucking checks, asshole.
I never bounced.
Second of all, I'm a loyal fucking customer of your store. Like, I'm guessing that you don't see me often because everybody else who's in here sees me all the fucking time.
No.
So, yeah, I remember you telling me about that. I was like, well, what do you mean?
Yeah, he's like, are you sure? He's like, the check's good, right? And I said, yeah. He's like, you sure? And I'm like,
the check, the way the idiot doesn't understand, like, the check is no good or worse than my debit card.
Yeah.
If the funds aren't there on the debit card, the funds ain't there for the check. So if I give you a debit card, it's the same as a check.
So
I would give you my debit card, but because of your fuck up, I can't.
Yeah. So at that moment, that angered me. At that moment, I stopped shopping there, but I still went to buy him his things because
my sundries.
Yeah, because that was one of the few places that we only knew where we could get Virgil's and a couple other things that he liked. So I still continued to go there. That's why the bill went from $100 down to about $40 or $50. So still went. A year later, I go there. I got Lily with me. I've been in there before with Lily in the bag.
Lily in the bag.
Never had an issue. No one ever said anything. So I go the other day, and I'm getting the root beer out. The girl, like I said, was like, oh, let me help you. Oh, what a cute dog. The man was standing there, steps in front of the girl, like gets between me and her. And she was very close to me at this point already. So he's like up in my face.
In my grill.
And he's like, where's your papers? I said, what are you talking about? He's like, you need papers for the dog. I said, no, I don't. Yes, you do. He's like, you got to have papers. I said, well, first of all, no, I don't. Second of all, I said, you know something? You're the only dude, and I don't know how many years that has ever given me problems ever. I said, I've brought her here before. No, you haven't. He was very adamant. He's like, you never brought her in here. And I'm like, yeah, I have. And he's like, you got to have papers. And I just, at that point, I lost it and I ripped it into him. I said, you know what? You're the same old man that gave me crap over a check and accused me of writing you a bad check last year because your computer system went down. I say, you know what? I come here because I like to, not because I have to, and I will not shop here anymore. And I left.
All right, and then she calls you up and she tells you this, and I go, he said, let me see your papers. Like, if that dude walked in front of me and said, let me see your papers, I would have just looked right up at him and stared him in the face and said, what are you, a fucking Nazi? What is this, Nazi Germany? You want my paper? You're not getting I'm not giving you any papers, bro. Unless you talk about rolling papers, then I don't do that stuff, so I can't give you anything.
Well,
Then I started really going. I was like, what do we gotta do? Put like a little fucking yellow star on the dog? Like, what is this? This is fucking. This is crazy. And I'm like, I do think about that a lot of times when we go out. I'm like, oh, if we're bringing the dog into the store, like, I'm sure at some point somebody's gonna be like, you can't have the dog in the store. But I mean, if I was the owner of a store, it would probably, like, if somebody walked in with a dog in a bag or something, that'd be one thing. If somebody walked in with like a Rottweiler on a chain and it was like I'll be like, no, man, you can't have that big dog in the store.
That's a funny thing that you mention that, because the Target, I see that in Target. I see Labradors. I see pit bulls.
Well, that's a corporate store, so they probably have policies like what you're allowed to, like, you can bring a dog in. Period.
These are 100-pound dogs on leashes, walking, not a dog in a bag. But I mean, even so, like I said, I brought her in this store before, and there was never an issue.
Yeah,
and I saw all those other people in there with dogs on other days.
Yeah, you saw another woman in there with a dog at one point, right?
I saw there was a man in there like a week or two ago that, like I said, had a scruffy dog, like a Cairn Terrier or like a Westie kind of dog. And then prior to that, there was a woman with a Yorkie in there in that store. And no one said, they didn't say crap to those people. So, yeah, it's a bummer, but I can't. That's twice now.
Yeah, the whole idea of like papers. I was like so bummed out because I was like, oh, I could use this great line. It would be so funny.
I know.
Where's the papers? Where's your papers? I need to see the dog's papers.
She's not a service dog. I don't portray her as a service dog. I don't need a service dog. She's not a therapy dog. I don't, and I know there's people that do that. They have these little dogs and they have these little tags that say they're for whatever use. But I don't do that. She's just with me to be with me because I want her out. It's good to socialize her. It's good for her mental well-being to be out, not to be locked in a house all day. So that's why I bring her out, and she doesn't cause any problems. And I was telling Mitch, I said, in this store, I watched a little kid walk over to the produce, sick as hell, mind you. This little kid was coughing, snot, and sneezing in her hand, and she do one of these and went and grabbed an apple and then looked at it and put it back. And I'm like, but that's okay. But the little dog in the bag that hasn't
that's a health hazard
or done nothing is a problem.
Yes, if the dog's walking around pooping in your store, that would be a health hazard. But the dog just being in your store does absolutely nothing.
And when I turned around to leave, the workers was like, that's a health code violation. And he's telling them that, like, just like that, he's telling them it's a health code violation. And I'm like, oh, but the little snotty kid wiping her snot all over your food is not.
That's a definite health code violation.
But that's okay. So, not to hate on kids, but don't, apples and apples. So.
Yeah, he's just an angry old white dude. They're out there. They're dying off.
He really is. He is.
It's like.
Because his wife that runs the store is wonderful.
That's why I was like, she told me that, and I was like, I wonder if that's her husband or something. Like, I don't know. And I was like, was she there? Like, did you say something to her?
I didn't see her. She might have been there because they have that room where they have their,
Yeah.
It's a closed off room that they sit in where they have all their computer systems and their money and whatever. And she may have been there, and I didn't see her, but she was not there to witness that situation. So.
Yeah. Let me see your papers. Let me see your papers.
Yeah. So that was the dog scenario.
Dog dilemmas.
Yeah, dog. We'll put Lily up with a little yellow star.
Yeah, right.
The Nazis went after her this week.
No dogs allowed.
Yeah. So on to the next subject.
To more fun subjects.
Yeah, we've been together for a long time.
Yes, it'll be 18 years next month in May. It will be
18
years, Memorial Day weekend.
And I have this thing that happens, and I don't really know how or why, but it occurs daily throughout my day, and I can't really explain it, but it has to do with socks.
The sockening.
The sockening.
Yeah, you just like, I don't know how you just like walk around like that. I'm like, what? You not understand like this is going on? I don't understand it.
So what happens is I normally always have socks on. Of course, right now I don't. But what seems to occur, and it's really weird, and I think it really has to do with fairies, I lose a sock. And I end up just having one sock on and one sock off.
I've seen you walk around with a sock half on your foot.
That too.
And I'm like, how do you do that? Because that would be driving me crazy, knowing that I had half a sock on my foot.
Yeah, I don't know what happens there. And I'll eventually the sock will fall off and I'll just have one sock on, one sock off. And I'll walk around for hours like that. In fact, I'll walk probably the whole day like that.
Yeah, and she will bust my chops for something not being in it. Like, why is this over here? And I'll be like, I wasn't really thinking about it. I was going to pick it up later on. And meanwhile, her socks, like a sock, or like I'll walk up the stairs, like there's a sock on the side of the step, there's a sock in the bathroom. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand it. Like, your sock fell off your foot. Wouldn't you want to put it away or put it back?
Yeah.
Because they're usually either on your feet, you're wearing your socks, or you're not. Like, they fall off while you're walking around, and then you just keep wandering around with the socks. Really weird.
Yeah, it is kind of funny. I don't really even understand it myself, but it just kind of happens. But yeah, we had a sock incident the other day where Mitch found a sock on the steps.
Yeah, it was a sock. It was laying there for days. I kept looking. I walk upstairs like I'm not saying anything.
I probably didn't know it was there because it's a little hard to see some things.
The sockening.
Yeah.
Sock it to me.
So yeah, for 18 years he's been dealing with socks. My mother would call me the trail. She's like, I know wherever you went because there's things left along the way. You'll never get lost.
Sock it to me, Sally. Sally, sock it to me.
Yeah, so as we briefly mentioned, I did a Cologuard. And let me tell you, they do harass you like the commercials, like the Saturday Night Live skit shows. When I first got when I called in, or when they called in, because your doctor, you tell them you want it because your insurance will cover it, and they call it in for you. Wow, the amount of emails, texts, and phone calls that I got in a period of 24 hours was epic. Like, I was not prepared for it, and I started laughing because I was like, wow, it really is true. It really is true. And I did it, and it took me a week. And then they started hassling me because I didn't do it in a week's time. And I got it done.
Nah.
Yeah. And the Cologuard flew. Poop flies at dawn.
Oh, it's disgusting. She's telling me all about this. I'm like,
well, it's got to happen.
Well, you have a lot of butt things that go on there, so.
Yeah.
She's not an anal girl.
No.
But she does a lot of poop. So I don't want to talk about it. Okay.
But yeah, you're okay with someone sucking your ass.
Yeah, because I don't talk about all the things that come out of it. I just talk about my booty is clean, as a Frenchman would say. His booty is fantastically clean. It's so shaved. It's so smooth. It's like a baby's bottom.
Before we get to that, we had a camming session the other night where someone wanted you to use toys.
Oh yeah, it wanted me to use. Did I have any toys?
Right
and I was like, I'm not in the mood to stick anything in the booty. But then it is, do you have a fleshlight thing? And I was like, well, I got this. This is you stick things in here. Yeah, and so he's like, perfect.
Can I put my finger in there?
If you want.
I want to know what it's like. All right, do me. Turn me on.
Yeah, you like that, don't you?
Can't you turn me on? I want to feel it. Oh, give me the full effect. I want to know what's going on in there.
She's got her finger in the man thing right now.
Now, mind you, my finger is smaller compared to his.
Yeah, you're damn right it is.
But I can feel it getting tighter.
Yeah, it gets tight.
Yeah, and it's vibrating. Yeah, so we had a session with, I call it the sucking machine. Oh.
You can do
this is fun. If I had a cock, I would be using this all the time. Oh.
Are you having a good time there?
I like this. I might just sit with this on my finger.
Finger massager.
A finger massager.
You're a dirty, dirty girl.
Ooh.
It's all clean. I cleaned it all out.
Yeah, so we had a session where someone needed him to use that. And that was my first experience with him using it. So I got to watch. And I got to help.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, he was like, you jerk him, and now you have him jerk. Now you play with yourself, and faster. Yeah, and then he's like, come inside of it, and yeah. So we finally used that friggin' thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I always ask you about it.
Well, it's like if usually I'm like I say when I'm on camera, I'm usually in the computer room working on stuff with the camera on. People saying, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, they'll ask you, "Hey, how you doing? What are you up to?" And I'll be like, "I'm working on porn, and I'm sitting here chatting with people." Well, really, I am. I'm working on porno videos or sexy photographs, and I'm chatting with everybody. And so using one of these toys, this is not realistic. I'd have to be up here in our cam room, and I do that occasionally, but only when it's like I got nothing else going on. Like let me just take like an hour or two and just chill out, not have any other interruptions, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it's like I'll just sit there and do nothing for 2 hours. But yeah, that's why I don't use that, because it's this big, it's like this monster thing, and you have to put over your schwantz, and it's like, yeah, it's involved.
It's a commitment.
It's a commitment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a cock-mitment.
It's a cock-mitment. So that's why we gotta do sexy and Chicondo in the morning.
We gotta figure it out. We were told, oddly enough, from some swingers that we have been talking to, that you should watch this show Community. It's done by the same guy who does Rick and Morty for Rick and Morty. So we're like, okay. Mm-hmm. So I got all the episodes of Community and we started watching it. Like immediately, it was like, oh, this is fucking hilarious.
Dude, I've never laughed this hard.
It's so fucking funny. So we're on season 3 right now. Yeah. We just got done with the pillow and the pillow and blanket Civil War.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. But anyway, I'm in, what is his name? Troy?
Yeah.
They have that, they're like super best friends.
Yes.
And they have this handshake that they do, and they're like, yo, right on. And then like, boom, boom, bam, bam, bam. Yeah, and like, we gotta do that. It's like, sexy and Chicondo, and then it's like,
yeah. Oh god, I hope I didn't fuck it up.
Smacking the mics.
Yeah.
So we have to come up with some stuff. Watching that show just makes me want to do so many funny, stupid porno things.
Yeah, he's itching. He's like, I want to do something just like that.
It's so funny.
Oh my god. We could have done something like that for a thing that we did yesterday. It could have almost done what was it, Law and Order, like a bing bing,
ding ding,
ding ding. And at 5:04 p.m. we drove to the post office.
Oh yeah. We haven't talked about that yet, have we?
No. This is a segue.
Segue. Sally, that's why we call her Sally Segway. It's a Sally Segway.
Yeah. So we had a session yesterday, a very particular session.
Yes.
Where we had a gentleman on Chatterbait. Asked for us to. He wanted either a thong or he wanted a G-string on me, and he wanted me to come in it, but he wanted to buy the panties.
He wanted to buy the panties. And he was like, how much for the panties?
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
Like, don't ask me. It's up to you. It's your panties. You sell them.
I don't know, because it's like I'm not prepared for these things. I'm like $30. I don't know.
And he's like, how many tokens is that? And then, of course, Sally's like, how many tokens is that?
Yeah, because I can't calculate in my head.
So every token on Chatterbait for a performer is a nickel. So in order to get the $30, you need 600 tokens.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
he basically, he wanted you to, basically it was mostly her. I was a little bit at the end there. I had to bang you a little bit while you were wearing the panties.
Yeah.
And then you went to town and did your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was not aware, honestly, that he was gonna have us mail them.
Yeah, I was
was a
like,
little
how's he gonna
confused.
get how's he gonna get the
Yeah.
like, how am I gonna mail him to you? Because I'm not gonna, I don't know how you're gonna get the address, how you're gonna do this or anything. Because
So he paid for the panties, and then he paid for the session.
yeah, he took me into a private
Yeah.
on Chatterbait.
Yeah.
He paid for the panties.
Yeah.
Put you into a Chatterbait private.
Yeah.
And it was in there, I don't know, 10 minutes.
Yeah, he was there for a while.
Yeah, 10 minutes, and then
Yeah.
plus the panties. So, did it, and then at the end there, he gave you the address.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, "Here's my address." He said ADD, and I was like, "I don't know what that means." And then his address popped up.
Yeah. So we mailed them.
Yes, so we got the address, and we mailed them off.
Yeah.
Sally was like, we sent them priority mail, so we'd have a tracking number.
Yeah, to make sure they get there.
To make sure they get there. Now, also, we did not put Sally's return address on there.
No.
So we put the return address as his address.
Yes.
So no matter what, they go to where he's going.
Yeah.
So we've got a tracking number, so we'll know they should be there by Tuesday. We sent them yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your first Sally's panties. And now Sally's like, what the fuck? Can we do this? Can we sell? I was like, yeah, there's plenty of places to sell panties online if you want to do it.
Yeah, I got a lot of used panties.
So you can, you should look that up and just,
yeah.
I mean, you can do that, sign up, and I'll give you the pictures and everything, and then you can do your thing.
I was even taking, remember I took pictures of the shoes that we had for sale and everything?
Yeah, those places will do all that. We did that at that online auction site. That was, what a nightmare that place was.
Wow. Yeah, I couldn't even get things to upload correctly. It was very difficult. Even you were
super slow site.
And I'm like, what do you call me, a Luddite? Yeah, I'm not good with computers. But even Mr. Computer over here, Mr. Whiz, he was having issues doing it. So I know it wasn't me.
Yeah, it wasn't even that it was hard to do. It was just so slow. I'm like, this website's way too slow.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah, so no wonder we didn't get any. They got no traction on that at all. So.
And I'd rather just deal with one thing, like not, because that was shoes, panties, underwear. That was a bunch of shit. And I'd rather just do panties.
Well, if you put that online, you can find out. But I'm
tonight.
Not gonna,
that's my job.
That's your job. I'm not adding that to the list of 4,000 other things that I do. I'm not going to put selling Sally's panties as another one of Mitch Jagundo's sub jobs.
No, I'll do it. I did the other one. I was more than happy to do the other one. Oh, by the way, if you're just listening, I'm drinking and I'm chewing on ice. In case you're wondering what the crunchy noise is.
It's the crunchies.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll do that. That'll be my job.
All right, well, you can do that, and I'll sit next to you and work on our next episode of our regular, not so sexy adventures of Sally.
So poor Mitch. Poor Mitch has been sick all week.
Yeah, I've had a rough week.
I have no sleep. He's living my life.
Yeah, it's not easy. Friday, I just couldn't go to work even on Friday because I was like, I can't go to work.
And I told him,
exhausted.
It was like 3 a.m. I'm like, you got to go to the doctor. You gotta go. Yeah,
so I went to the urgent care, and they, your lungs sound fine. You look healthy. You're good. Checked all my vitals, and they said you have a little raspiness in your throat. And I said, well, I think looks like an upper respiratory. So they gave me a Z-Pack and some cough syrup and sent me on my way. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I feel better than I did like a week ago, but it's I keep saying like you're eating something that you're getting an allergic reaction to, because at night you go downhill where you're coughing and you're spitting up all this crap, and he's insisting that I've become allergic to shrimp.
Mitch has been binging on ShopRite Peel and Eat shrimp.
Yes.
You have eaten that, and I mean, it's like the regular boiled shrimp with the dipping, was it cocktail sauce?
Yeah.
So you'll get a package of, how many are in there?
It's like 20. It's a 20 count, so I'll take 2 days. I'll eat 10 and 10.
Right. And you've literally been eating them almost every day for how many weeks?
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. He's always eaten shrimp before, and it was never this much every day. And I just feel like maybe either he's getting a buildup in iodine, or shellfish are weird, and if you know anybody that has a shellfish problem, it could just manifest at any age. I know people that ate shrimp and crab their entire lives and then went in a restaurant one day and their throat closed up. So, it just seems, you see him now, he's fine. No coughing, no snopping, snorting, hacking, spitting crap up. But he will eat dinner, which will be the shrimp, and within an hour or two, you'll start to sniffle and you start to cough a little, and then it progresses. And then by 11 o'clock at night, you're hacking up a lung.
Yeah, I got late at night. I was like, oh, I can't fucking sleep.
And then by 3 in the morning, it tends to stop, which is weird. That's not what a cold does. I have not gotten sick. And you've been sick for over a week now.
Yeah, but I was sick. I was definitely sick. My throat was sore. I was coughing up green fucking shit out of my lungs earlier in the week. So I was definitely sick for a while there. But then the last 2 nights, I just don't get it. So I mean, you might be onto something. So I'm not eating any shrimp today.
No, he's not gonna. We'll give it a couple days, see how you do. I mean, if you go through the same thing again tonight and tomorrow without eating shrimp, then the theory's blown. Then I don't know what to tell you. You know?
I mean, I feel fucking good right now. So we'll see what happens. I intend to eat a couple of slices of pizza today.
Good for you. Eat some pizza. You deserve it. All right, we're getting down the
Getting nitty gritty.
So he hasn't been feeling good, so he's been up a lot during the middle of the night. And as you all know, I have a whole array of critters, and I tend to farm some of my critters' food. So I started off raising dubia roaches.
Roaches, baby. The Roach Motel.
Yeah, and that progressed to crickets, which I didn't even plan on doing. They kind of did that themselves, but I have like a never-ending food source for my reptiles. But I was feeding the tegu the other night roaches because I have way too many of them. And basically, I had to pull a lid off the bin that they're in and let her have at it. So it's like she crawls in there and she just starts eating like crazy. But she did hop out with a couple of them and ate them outside of the container, but I think a couple got loose. Well, actually, I know a couple got loose because poor Mitch hacking a lung up the other night.
Yeah, it's like I'm laying in bed and I feel like something crawl on my leg. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I pull the cover back and this thing is like this big.
Yeah, they're huge.
It's fucking big. I'm like, oh, what the hell is this thing? I was like, there's some kind of little creature running down across the bed. I'm like, what the hell is this, man?
It was one of the
roaches. She's like, oh, that's where my roach is. Let me get that real quick.
Yeah.
She's
like, it was one of my dubia roaches got out, and it was one of the males, which tend to be very big with wings.
Very gross. It's very disgusting.
Yeah. They're not cockroaches I mean, they're a roach. They're not a cockroach. These are a roach that are bred in the pet industry as a food source. And what's nice about them is that if you have a lot of reptiles, they're easy to breed on your own. And they're easy normally to contain because I've been doing this for years. And basically, this thing with dubia roaches, unlike a cockroach, is they cannot climb up a smooth surface. So you can have them in a tote, like a bin, with a lid and holes poked in it, and they can't climb up to get out. The only reason I think they did get out was because of what I was doing with Nova the other day when I was letting her climb in there, grab some, crawl back out. She might have had one underneath her or on her leg, and I didn't see it, and it had gotten loose. But yeah, poor Mitch was on the end of the roach.
Yeah, man, I got roached.
He got roached.
I got roached. Roached my roacher, man.
Yeah, he totally got roached in bed the other night on top of his coughing situation.
Yeah, it's just not fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best week last week.
No, he wasn't.
It wasn't a good week last week for me, man.
So, we only have one more topic.
Hot toe pick.
Sexy boy.
Sexy boy. See, did we have Sexy Boy last week?
Oh,
we talked about him last week?
Yeah, it was first time last week.
Because he came back.
Oh yeah.
Sexy boy.
If you watched last week, you will know that we're talking about our French gentleman.
Yes, and he popped in again. We were in a private, and he popped in again today. And I saw Sexy Boy. I'm like, oh, Sexy Boy. And then I didn't really put it together until he went cam to cam, and he pops up, and it was straight up, man. He had the long cigarette like this and holding it to the side, and that whole cocked look.
And you hear the traffic in the background.
Yes, the Paris traffic in the background. Kiss him. Kiss him like you would kiss me. You ugly bitch. And I'm like, I think you were sucking me when you were doing that, when he came in, and I looked down and I was like, oh my God, this dude again. And I love it because I just think it's just so French.
Yeah, he's very French.
So French.
He's
I'm like,
fun.
yes, you love that. You're
Yeah.
a dirty, ugly bitch. Suck my dick harder.
Yeah.
You're doing it all wrong. Do it more. it's like the you're throwing out the negatives, but you're getting positives out of it. It's just so.
Oh yeah, he's funny.
So avant-garde.
Yeah.
Avant-garde.
He's totally. He's as French as you can think French could be.
Fuck me like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and
I'm unimpressed. You're amazing.
Yeah. and then he's like, and then we started fucking doggy.
Yes, it was like yes.
Yeah. And he wanted to see my face. He wanted me to kiss him. And then he wanted to tell me that he wanted my man to fuck him like he's fucking me.
Fuck me like you're fucking your wife.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not fucking my wife. I don't have a wife right now. But anyway.
Yeah.
The fucking, like, basically fuck me like you're fucking him. I was like, yeah, you like that when I fuck you slow like that.
Oh yeah. He was
man. The dirty Frenchman. The dirty Frenchman.
And he's smoking his cigarette.
He's smoking a cigarette, having a good time.
Yeah. I have to say, French can make smoking cigarettes very sexy.
The dirty Frenchman.
Yeah.
So naughty, so nasty, so fun. It makes you want to go take you to France and fuck you and look out the city while the horns blare.
It's very noisy wherever he is.
I would imagine that if he's in Paris or something, it's got to be
very noisy.
Yeah. Definitely, I'm imagining that he was in France because
he's French.
Yeah,
definitely.
It sounded like he was French. Either that or he's in New York City and he's just he's a Frenchman in New York City. But I guess it's possible.
I guess so, but I don't know. I mean, at the time that he comes on is normally kind of like when like Europe. I mean, everybody that was on today, a lot of them were from Europe. I mean, we know Big Banana's from Europe.
Yeah, Big Banana kept popping in and out. He didn't make the commitment today, but
no, but he's from Germany. Germany or Sweden? Sweden. So I guess it was that time of the day where we were getting the UK. We were getting the Europa.
Yeah,
dance.
The Europeans.
Yes. So. Well, that's it. That's all I got.
That's what you got this week. That's a pretty big episode there.
Yeah,
pretty big episode of sexiness.
That's a long one. You know.
We got our hotel room booked.
Yeah.
I don't know if we mentioned. No, we didn't because we didn't talk about that.
No.
We talked about going, but we didn't say we were getting our.
Yeah.
We didn't book that till Monday.
Yeah, because we were having problems.
Yes, there's no books. There's no more rooms available at the moment either, unless somebody bails out. But
we're lucky.
We are booked for Liquid Lust.
Oh my God, this is gonna be crazy. I can't even imagine.
Liquid Lust. We have our room. We have our tickets, so we're good to go.
Yeah,
so
for July.
Last weekend in July.
Yeah, be there, be square. Although, I don't know how you. I guess you could buy tickets.
Yeah, you can buy tickets. You can go, and they'll have an amount of tickets until they're sold out of tickets, even though they're sold out of rooms.
Yeah.
And so we'll be wandering around. I don't even know what we'll be doing, but we'll be doing.
I think there'll be a lot of swimming involved.
A lot of swimming. A lot of Sally dressed up sexy.
Yeah. A lot of chicken fingers and a lot of Moscow mules probably. So.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll have fun. Right?
Yep, and then we're going away next Friday to the same hotel because we're going to set up a little photography thing there and do some
test runs.
Yeah, test run, and then we're going to Passional Boutique in Philadelphia. See what that's like on Friday.
I need dildos. I need a dildo that fits right.
He needs the proper fitting dildo.
Yeah.
All right, there, Sally. Are you done? Have you shot your load?
Yeah, I'm totally
blown your load for the week.
Yep, it's been a long.
I'm off to edit and get this ready so that it can be on all of our podcasting places, which is fullswapradio.com.
Yeah.
LSM TV.
I have to write my new notes, which is set up a panty store.
Yes, make sure she sets up her panty store. You gotta get that going on. It's gonna be fun. Her scented panties.
Now we're gonna go walk.
Take a stroll. I think I want to have pizza tonight. I haven't had pizza in a while. It'd be really yummy to have some pizza.
I would really like to see you eat something other than shrimp.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Like, I guess, yeah, you can get an allergic reaction if you eat. Isn't there a whole thing like if you eat too much shellfish, it's a problem?
Yeah. Well,
Is that actually a problem? Like you eat too much shellfish?
no. Well, I mean, if you have an iodine or something, kind of, it can do things to you. But no, I would think that what you were doing is okay, but that's usually how you end up with these reactions because you've overdone something and your body can't tolerate it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like I said, it might not even be the shrimp. It could be what they're cooking them in. It could be the stuff that you're dipping in. That could be affecting your throat. Because you keep saying it's here.
Yeah, it's here. It's not like down my lungs or anything. Yeah. They say check my lungs. You're like, your lungs sound fine.
That's like that's the thing that keeps leading me to think that you're having, and everything says that it's not always an immediate reaction. It might take an hour or two to start. And well, we'll fill you in. Here, let me write that down.
We'll fill you in.
We'll do an update on shrimp allergy update. Writing all this down. Alright.
Alright, we're good?
Yeah, we're good.
Need to sign off with anything, Sally?
I don't even know. I'm exhausted over this one. This was a lot. We went all over the place. We were in France. We were in dog Nazi land. Shrimp allergies. I guess the moral of the story is don't hate on little white dogs. Love your European people. And don't eat too much shrimp because you'll get fishy.
And fuck me like your French women. We had the smash thing going on last week.
We did.
It wasn't anything fun to smash either.
No.
Just adjust the camera a little bit so that those who choose to watch us can watch us the way we are. Boom, 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 boom. So now, of course, I'm going to have to check it one more time, make sure it's working right.
I know.